which is also visible on Unicrypt, as well as our team tokens, which are vested for a year. Once again, visible to our holders as soon as we were able to do that. We ourselves are fully visible on our websites and on our camera AMAs, which we tend to host on Telegram, but sometimes we pop up on Twitter Spaces or whatever, various social media forms of social media. But as a token, we're pretty young, but we're growing pretty fast. We have a very strong, very passionate community, and we're gaining holders by the day. We're continuing to grow, just at a good steady rate. Nothing too drastic that would cause a flash crash. We're just progressing nicely as we're building on utility and progressing with marketing. As talking about utility, I suppose our primary focus at the minute, which we've spoken about before, is creating our staking platform. It's a staking platform that's going to be accessible for investors of all sizes, due to some of the features we're looking to implement, gas-friendly features, and various other plans that we're looking to disclose very soon. For the platform itself, we're looking to offer a minimum APY of around 20%. So staking Kounotori will grant you rewards in the form of a token B, which is yet to be disclosed. But we've got a very good concept that marries really well into Kounotori as a brand. And talking about it as a brand, I suppose we could go into the fact that we very intentionally built this as its own brand, its own unique identity. We didn't go the Dogecoin or Inu route. We very much created our own brand from the ground up with our own logo and own color scheme. And I think the whole concept is, as I say, it's going to marry really well into the staking platform. For anyone who's had the chance to read our light paper, the imagery there is it really works well with our concept. So we're really pleased, and we've had great feedback from that. But yeah, in terms of community, I mean, we have a really active Discord where investors, talk on and off about the project sort of regularly. And as I say, a fantastic bunch of people, and we're continuing to grow day by day, be it Discord or various other forms of social media, Telegram, Twitter, Instagram. We're working with a marketing company currently. They've been fantastic also. I think some of them might be on this call, actually. Luna Strategy, they've been helming our Twitter and various other forms of social media. They've been fantastic. So yeah, that's just a little bit of a roundup about the project. Yeah.
Okay. Kat, are you there now?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I hope I sound okay. I have no idea how this sounds. These are a awful.
Sound fine. Yeah.
You sound gorgeous, as you always do.
Okay, well, I'm Kat. Some of you may know me, some of you may not. If you don't know me and want to know what I previously was, as I used to work with Shib as a community manager and a general admin. So I did a lot of server management, talking to the devs, all that crap. And I'm doing the same role here in Kounotori, pretty much. So, the whole team here, I talk with them privately. We discuss a lot of stuff, argue sometimes, agree sometimes, and do the same for community. I talk to you guys and hear what's going on with you. If you've got, concerns about projects, you'd be like, this sucks. Why are we doing this? And I'd be like, well, it could be because of this. And, if it's a legitimate concern, I'd be like, well, team, this idea sucks. Let's do this. I'm sort of the in-between. That's my role, a bridge, if you will. So, yeah, I'm Kat. Nice to meet everyone. Hello.
Cat being Cat.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wouldn't want it any other way.
Hope not.
I don't know if Lee's able to. He might be having trouble with his microphone. I'm not sure.
His words were fucking
Hang
shit.
on, there we go.
Oh,
There we go.
Hello, mate.
Yeah.
Hello. Finally, I'm
Hello
on. I've got
again.
this really. I've got the awful, awful throat today. So apologize if I sound like absolute death. This is how it's going to be for the next sort of hour or so, however long we're on here for. Yeah. So my name's Lee. I design and make things. That's pretty much what I do. Ideas, and I did the logo, website, things like that. And that's pretty much my role. I'm not really sure what else I can add to that. That's what I do. It's very simple. It's straightforward. I mean, just keep these guys in check, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Being the older guy in the group.
I mean, Lee is responsible for our website, our design, so he's really badass in terms of design.
Yeah.
Thank you very
I
much
mean,
for
all
that.
the stuff
Very kind.
we're seeing as people's pictures. I mean, that's all down to Lee. A lot of the brand and identity concepts. You know, we all participated in that. But yeah, Lee was definitely at the helm when it comes to design. He undersells himself. He's a genius.
Oh, don't know about that. It's very kind of you, though. Very kind. Sorry, hang on. I've just got to sort this microphone out again.
And is this I just want to make sure. So we have Captain, we have Buck. I'll call you Buck for now. I know you guys are.
That's fine. That's fine. I did wonder at some point this is probably going to come up where somebody's probably not going to want to announce my name in full. So yeah, Buck is fine.
Perfect. And then Adrian or Jerion, and then Yoglev. So there's another person requesting to speak. I'm just wondering, is there any other core members, of course, other than Kat?
No, that's it.
That's your
I
full.
mean, yeah, if someone wants to speak, just let him speak.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. All right. Well, Yaya requested to talk, so let's give him the floor for a second, and then I'll go in and start maybe asking some questions too.
Yeah, of course.
This is when we find out you pressed it accidentally.
Yeah, I think so.
It looks like on his end it's saying connecting. So
We'll come back to.
yeah, I'm still such a noob when it comes to these Twitter spaces, but regardless, so what I want to, I guess, start off with and ask is, we know that there's a lot of ERC20 tokens. There's probably too many, in my opinion. And it's starting to become difficult for investors to decide, why should I invest into this, right? SHIB kind of was I think, Henok I was talking to earlier, I think he said it right. SHIB was the gateway drug for a lot of us entering into the space that is meme tokens with utilities, community-driven assets. And, Kounotori, this also is what you can consider a community-driven asset. The bigger the community, the more active the community is with the staking platform that's coming, and just, in general, that's what's going to dictate the growth for your ecosystem and your token. So I'm just wondering why, if someone's in this live stream right now, or this Twitter space, I guess they call it, what is kind of the elevator pitch when it comes to Kounotori? Why is this different than the thousands of tokens that are currently available on the Ethereum blockchain?
I mean, to be honest, Scott. Sorry. To be honest, first thing is that we've never wanted to be a meme coin or shit coin, like some people say. We always wanted to make it as professional as it's possible. So I think at least 50% of all ERC tokens are now Shiba copies with Doge, SHIB, other names like this. Even if you take a look on Dexter's trending, half of them is like Doge, SHIB, something like that, yeah? With additions. I'm not saying it's Doge, SHIB. So that's something we wanted to avoid. That's why we created our own brand and our own name. we didn't want to be connected with any other projects. And also the fact that we are fully transparent, fully doxed. We've done KYC. We are showing our faces every week to community, and I think that's a big asset.
Yeah, and just to expand on that, I think given the fact that we're able to promise, and it's been it's been confirmed and finalised pretty much by our coding team, who, if you had the pleasure to meet them, they were on the AMA this Monday on our Telegram, but they're fantastic. The same situation as us, they're fully doxed. Credit safe rated development studio, but they're working away right now on our staking platform, and the research and development sort of side of it right now, as we're continuing to evolve and expand upon what our original concepts are. And yeah, I mean, what sets us apart is we are on the Ethereum network, and we are going to be able to give these high rates of return, which is something extremely competitive. Some of the ideas that we have in place that have also been we've also worked out are feasible, and therefore we will be able to share them soon. They're totally unique features that haven't been explored before on the ETH network when staking tokens. So, and as I say, that involves gas fees and what we're able to do with that, and how we're able to open the door to smaller investors without giving too much away. As I say, it's tricky at the moment. I was explaining to someone on Discord, the problem we have, as I say, because things are evolving and improving for the better, we're taking into account various things like regulation and where that's taking us in the next few years in crypto. So we're future-proofing our project and leaving no stone unturned when it comes to developing this platform and the project. So it can be tricky. A lot of the time you want to talk about details, but then a week later the details have been changed. Again, for the better. This is all great stuff, but we're continuously talking and working with our coding team and implementing things that it's hard to just say we're going to provide this, and this when things change. What I think the best thing we can do, and what I've said to some people on Discord who I've talked to before, is we can offer something where it's susceptible to change, and we can disclose that, but we have to very much be clear on that it is susceptible to change due to a number of reasons. But yeah, I mean, yeah, as I say, I can't remember what this tangent was about now. I think I was talking about why people should be invested in Kounotori.
Yeah.
As I say, yeah. As I say, a minimum APY of 20%. We're doing exciting things that haven't been explored before on Ethereum staking. And that's not where we're stopping. We're not just looking at staking. We're fully intending to build a brand and reach out into other spaces. It's already something we're researching. We're researching it actually a lot earlier than originally planned. So it's all exciting stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was a very good answer. I mean, having multifaceted, I mean, especially with staking, I think the big thing that people are looking for right now is a way for them to consistently make passive income, right? And a lot of different tokens do offer some sort of staking platform, but it's a one of their many utilities that they offer, which sometimes could be seen as a positive thing. Multi-utility tokens. I don't know. I can give hundreds of examples, but for now, let's just use SHIB, for example, right? It has multiple different utilities because it's a token that's brought us all together. They have a DEX, a decentralized exchange that you can utilize. You can use liquidity pool. You can stake in the liquidity pools. You can do different things regarding that. They have NFTs that they've launched, a game that they're creating. Again, multifaceted, but oftentimes what investors don't realize, including myself, I didn't really realize this till later on. When you have multiple utilities, you take away the bandwidth from some of the ones that maybe the investors are looking for more from, if that makes sense. So, for example, staking platforms, usually it's a small percentage of a token's utility. I use the word utility a lot. I just realized that. But regardless, I think you guys, what we need to understand is with Kounotori, that is going to be the utility. You're not looking to create a metaverse game. You're not looking to create a play to earn. Like you're not trying to do too much all at once, which I personally really like. As an investor, I'd rather see someone or a group of developers vested and paying attention to and trying to perfect a single use case instead of multiple. But that's just my personal opinion. I don't know if that's kind of what you guys see it as, but maybe you can give your thoughts about multifaceted or multi dimensional tokens versus single use case, if you will.
I mean, to be honest, I've seen loads of questions about our utility. When we started, people are asking, "What's your utility?" We say, "Just one sec, my parrot is loud," and we say, "Yeah, it's gonna be staking platform." And they ask, "It's not really." They say, "It's not really real utility. What about NFTs, gaming, Metaverse?" And I'm just thinking, we just want to give you 20% per year passive income, and you're asking us for NFTs or games. It's like people don't really understand that staking and passive income is really something big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, guys.
No, sorry. Yeah, and do you want to speak actually?
Yeah, sorry about that. The main thing with staking is that it has turned into this sort of utility that nobody takes seriously, because every single token, for the most part, offers some sort of staking. The issue is that you get many platforms and DAOs offering staking with returns in the thousands of percentages of APR. The issue with them is that they usually don't last very long. The percentage is super volatile. You can stake your tokens for, let's say, a month. And when you stake them thinking you're going to get 7,000% APR. But tomorrow, the APR could drop to 10% or 1%. You never know. What we're aiming to provide is a constant 20% static APR, where when you stake, at the beginning of the term, you know exactly what you're going to get at the end of the term in terms of returns. This is something that isn't commonly seen in staking platforms. And additionally, as Martin was saying earlier, we're really trying to open the doors on the Ethereum network to staking to the general public, to people who can't really afford to pay gas fees, just to the average people. We have multiple ideas on how to do that. We've run them by our coders, and they are implementable from the coding standpoint. And I can't really speak much more about that, but gas fees are going to be majorly less of an issue than they are on other staking platforms on Ethereum, where you have to pay a massive amount of gas to stake, to unstake, and then to claim your rewards as well.
Yeah, and I suppose I'd just echo what yourself was saying, YourPOP, about streamlining utility. Yeah, absolutely. It's been our primary focus, is to get this platform sorted. Yeah, and we are exploring other avenues. We've recently released a collection of NFTs. People have responded, really well to them. So we are looking at some sort of implementation and exploring that avenue, but it's nothing set in stone. But as I said, and as you said, we're very much streamlined, very much focusing on the staking platform, and it will be our full focus until we're able to deliver a substantial and impressive product set.
That's fantastic. And are you planning? Can we talk a little bit about the staking, or is there not much you can kind of disclose yet?
I mean, to be honest, we have like 5 different plans for that. So for now, we just trying to choose the best one. I think it's gonna take another week or 2 before we decide, because there's many different options. How can we do it? And it's just about choosing the best option right now.
Yeah, we're exploring and expanding on different options together with Tech Alchemy, our coding company, and putting them together in an easy to understand format. And eventually, we're probably going to present them to the community for a community vote, and then decide which way exactly we're going to head.
Yeah, because the problem with staking is that we need money to come in to give that money to people. It's not like we can magically create some more money. It's not working like that. So that's why we are still working on it, trying to get the best plan is possible.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. And for payouts, just again, I'm trying to learn a little bit more about the details with the staking platform, regardless of which platform you go with. It's going to be stake Kounotori, receive more Kounotori, or is it stake Kounotori, receive ETH as a payout?
It's gonna be stake Kounotori plus any other token that is partnered with us. So we're gonna be open for partnerships and get another token that will be launching at same time as we launch the platform.
Okay, so you're saying there's going to be a new token introduced to the ecosystem, and that's going to be your payout for stake.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. All right.
I mean, the main thing is that we never just wanted to create staking platform for Kounotori, because before we created our token, we've been in loads of projects as investors, and we've been joining the Telegrams and Discourse, and everywhere I've seen a question: is there gonna be staking? So people want it. So people want that passive income, and that's why we decided to create something for that other projects that we're gonna work with us to provide their holders passive income too.
Yeah, and I think as well as that, we'd obviously be looking at trusted tokens. I don't know if that's been spoken about already, so I accidentally I think my phone crashed or something, but I've joined back now. But yeah, no, there'd be trusted tokens that would go through a rigorous process, just obviously so that we can vet them and make sure that there's nothing malicious or going on behind the scenes. So there'd be a set standard if they were to join onto our platform and be eligible for staking.
Got it. That makes sense. And so, the first 30 minutes, I was just going to give more background, which we pretty much just did. And then if you guys are okay with it as the devs, I'll kind of open up the floor for the community or maybe new people that want to learn a little bit more about the token to ask questions. What do you guys think?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sounds great.
Perfect. All right. So I'll go ahead and have Napers. You can go ahead and you should be able to unmute your microphone and ask a question if you have one or make a comment.
Yeah, great. Thanks for letting me speak. So what is the incentive, I guess, to invest right now before the development is complete on the platform? If we're going to be partnering with other tokens, right? What is the incentive to buy KTO right now?
Well,
I mean, oh, come on, Jan.
Okay. First of all, on the staking platform, the highest APR that we offer will be offered for staking KTO. Other tokens will also have a static APR, which will not be variable and will be consistent, but it will be lower than KTO. And that alone should be a good incentive for people to buy, hold, and stake KTO. Obviously, buying now would probably be at a different price than in the future, higher or lower, I can't say. That's where speculation comes in. But at the moment, we also have reflections on our token. So every buy or sell on Kounotori will result in more tokens being added directly to your wallet. And because our contract is not renounced, we also have the ability to basically change the reflections. At the moment, the reflections are set to 3% reflections to holders and 7% reflections in marketing for us, for the platform development and so on. But as the platform development is finalized, we're going to taper down the marketing reflections and increase the reflections to holders until at the end we have 8% reflections to holders and 2% marketing reflections. Personally, I don't know of many tokens that offer 8% reflections to holders. And also another pro of our token not being renounced, the contract, is that we will be able to eventually disable the transaction tax completely, which should allow us to list on large exchanges much more easily, because many big meme tokens and altcoins at the moment that have tax are really struggling to get listed on large exchanges such as Binance, because the tax basically loses money for the exchange. As for further incentive on buying and holding Kounotori at the moment, other than the reflections, we host all sorts of events all the time. Like at the moment, we have a buy contest where all you have to do is buy a certain amount of KTO to be entered into a draw, where you can qualify to get one of our special NFTs, which will be distributed to holders soon. Previously, we also had a different NFT collection. Now these NFTs have different rarities, and depending on the rarities, some of them are going to offer perks, which may or may not have to do with the staking platform and the awards you get.
Awesome, I appreciate it. Just one last thing around if you guys can fulfill the 20% APY on staking and have that stabilized throughout the year, that's really ambitious. So I look forward to seeing the details around that plan.
Thank you. I mean, we are sure that we can do it because we've gone through this since November last year. We're thinking about it. We're going through this, and we know we can do it. It's just a matter of time and resources.
Awesome. Good question, and thank you guys for answering that. And thanks, Naper, again one more time for coming on and asking. For anybody else that is currently present here, again, the floor is pretty much open right now to anybody that has questions regarding. Oh, I see some requests. Sorry. But yeah, floor is open. Go ahead and feel free to request if you have any questions for the developers, either myself, Adrian, or myself.
I think the magic of Twitter Spaces is working, and because people get crashing all the times.
Yeah.
That's why we don't really do AMAs on Twitter Spaces, because we've done it like 3 times already, and every time Martin was not able to join it actually.
Yeah, this is the first time I've actually successfully joined. And I don't want to jinx it because I keep crashing. But bear with me. I will.
Hey, YourPOP, Slim Jesus. I'm gonna be exposing you soon, just so you know. As soon as I'm done with Russ.
All right. Thanks, whoever did that. But yeah, there's people who do something like that. But anywho,
well, that was fun.
I embrace it. But yeah. Anywho, sorry, I didn't mean to get you cut off there. Go ahead, Captain.
I can't remember where we were. Did someone ask a question, or are we opening the floor? Yeah.
But yeah, that guy sounded like a barrel.
He sounded like a super villain. What the hell?
Yeah, there's people like that in the space always. So
Good
Hey, yo,
job,
can I
super
ask-
villain.
I mean, I like his voice, so you know.
Nice to see you, Ed.
Yeah, I just want to ask. So when do you guys actually intend on having the staking platform developed by? Is there like any specific time frame in mind or anything?
Well, I think that's part of this initial research phase. We're going to come up with a proper timeline. We did state before that it was in Q2 2022. So for now, that is still the goal. But yeah, part of this initial research process with the coders is obviously going to help us give a more accurate timeline. Whether or not we can keep that, if we can, that'd be great. But obviously, it's in the interest of the holders that we leave no stone unturned and make sure that everything's correct. There's been a number of launches in the past in the crypto space where things have been overlooked or things haven't been accounted for. So that's something we're intending to cover all bases on. We're in no hurry to just get something out half hashed. So.
Awesome, thanks for that, man. I just wanted to say the standards so far have been really high. This project, keep them up.
Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Eddie. And also, one other thing I was going to mention is for future, if you got, because I did see a couple of the developers crash in and out of or like you crashed and then you came back, crashed and came back. So maybe in the future we can stick to the typical like YouTube style AMA if you guys prefer that. Instead of doing something like a Twitter space. But this is definitely, I think it's unique because, again, you don't know what to expect when people ask questions. Like on YouTube, it's all via the live chat. But, just like that one guy who just came in here.
Twitter Spaces is good because it's notifying people that, someone from who you're following join Twitter Spaces. So it's good, to get that audience. But other than that, it's pretty shit, to be honest, because I've been on Twitter Spaces a few weeks ago, and I got crashed every 10 minutes too. So I don't know why. And the thing that you can only speak when you're on phone, it's also weird for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the benefits outweigh the cons a lot of the time, though. I mean, the outreach is brilliant. The fact that we're able to speak to people that we don't interact with and are able to talk about projects, new exciting projects in the space, and the fact that you give us the opportunity to talk on it has been fantastic. So
definitely, no, that is I totally agree. I think again, this is only my second time doing this, but yeah, so far so good. I see there's a few more requests, so I'll go ahead and give Google's in. Let's go ahead and unmute here.
Please don't be a villain.
Yeah, I hope there's
Please be a villain. That's fun. Entertainment.
Okay, yeah, actually, you'd be a villain.
I am here now, by the way, and technically working, so I can talk and respond and shit.
We got Kat's microphone working, and I think it's Google's in. Hopefully, I got that right. But you should be able to unmute your microphone if you want to go ahead and say anything.
There he is. Think.
Could have been an accident as well. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just joined back because I crashed again instantly after talking. So I think I may have missed a question there.
So you just need to keep talking. Just don't stop.
Yeah, yeah, I think so as well.
Happy Friday, gentlemen.
Yeah, happy Friday.
Hello.
Happy Friday.
Not tiring
All right.
Friday, too many meetings.
First of all, thank you for everything you guys have done to stay active with the community. And the special events that you put on have been top notch, and it really shows a focus on the community. So again, thank you for that. A question, actually I have two questions for you. They're kind of similar. The first one is, going back to the development part of the project. How easy or difficult was it for you to make the decision to dox yourselves?
I mean, it was pretty straightforward. I've actually, after we left one project where we were moderators, it was hard times for us. So we decided that we're gonna create something unique in terms of transparency, and that's when we decided. I mean, it was just simple decision. We were gonna dox ourselves. It was like 5 minutes conversations, to be honest.
I mean, I don't know. For me, I think it was slightly different. I mean, and I know it seemed like an easy choice, but I think because I'm quite a private person anyway, I tend to keep my head down, and I don't really have much kind of social media presence. So for me, I think it was like internally, I think it was just a little bit more difficult, coming from being quite a shy almost person to just suddenly having everybody being able to see me on this website. So yeah, I mean, it was quite a difficult decision, but it was worth it for this project and for everything that it stands for, and I think just for the amount of people that have been screwed over by different projects in crypto, I think we owed it to everybody to do that. So yeah, it was a difficult decision, but ultimately it was the right decision.
Thank you very much. That's amazing. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Went into the void.
So
he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back. Don't worry.
The second part of my question, just while we're waiting for him to come back, is more or less the same question, but about renouncing the contract. Was that an easy decision? I mean, I totally love that you guys did it, and it allows you to do the things that you're doing, and I thank you for it. Was it easy for you guys to make the decision to hold on to that?
I mean, at first weeks, we definitely wanted to renounce contract because we thought it's gonna, give us more trust. But I think we've decided to not renounce it after we really decided to make it. So we decided about that scaling tax and events, things like that. So I think it was quite a hard decision for us because we really wanted to renounce this contract because people were asking us if we're gonna do it or not, and they were saying us that some people were saying that they cannot trust us if we're not gonna renounce our contract, but. Now I think not renouncing contract was really good decision, actually.
Yeah, definitely. I think again, like you said, because there's the unique tokenomics that we've got, I think the benefits of that outweighed, renouncing. So to be able to bring that forward, and I think that, not many projects can do that sort of thing. With the no tax Tuesdays and the scaling tax, adjusting reflections to everyone. It was just too good a thing to miss out on. So yeah, again, right decision.
Yeah, and just echoing what these guys have said as well, and adding on to it in regards to not renouncing. I think what it has allowed us to do was obviously implement the slide and scale reflections that we've been able to do. That in itself allows us to, give a return to holders before our main utility and our staking platform is in place. So essentially, people are able to see returns before that has been implemented. Once it has been implemented, as Johan discussed earlier, we will be taking away reflections and tax in total, so that it's easier to list on these larger exchanges, as well as you won't need reflections at that point because you'll be receiving higher returns in the form of our staking platform. So yeah, not renouncing has just allowed us to implement reflections in this way, so that people who are buying now are of course, having the advantage of being early, but also being able to see returns before that utility is in place.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, guys.
No worries.
Cheers, bud.
Hello, hello.
Hello, mate. How's it going?
I got one here for you guys that was popping on to the AMA questions. What's the future plans after a staking platform? For context, staking platforms exist in so many projects. What is special about after this one, or was this answered? I was away. Oh, this is for another person who didn't join earlier.
I think staking platform is like we keep saying now. That's our main focus right now. And I think once we start, getting really deep into that, then we can start looking at the other things. We have started discussing like the direction it's going to go after that. But I think at the minute it's just focused on making just this one really, really good staking platform, and not sort of spread ourselves too thinly, if you know what I mean. Because I think you can do that. You can focus on too many things at once, and then you end up creating like just an okay version of each of those things. So I think just focusing on that one really good staking platform and then sort of deciding which direction we want to go is going to be the thing.
Okay, and then I appreciate you didn't, Buck, this time you didn't say KTO instead of KTO.
Look, it's KTO or nothing.
KTO. No, that's fine. But
At least we've got a mascot named after it. That's fine. I'll live with that.
Oh, that is true. We do have a mascot called Kato from a very, very great artist by Onion.
Yeah,
Pretty
absolutely. He's really great. He's produced some really good stuff.
Actually, I just kind of wanted to ask the team as well. Obviously, you guys are like quite transparent and like obviously docs and whatnot. Anyone that you work with in future in terms of like partnerships or like for any further developments, would you require them to be doxed as well?
I think it's definitely a aspect that we value. It was definitely something that interested us. I mean, we vetted and talked to hundreds of different freelance and studios, and ended up with the one we were happiest with to help us develop this staking platform. But a big thing for them, and which was music to my ears, was they wanted to meet us in person as a condition. And wanted to have several meetings on camera beforehand. And, given our approach to cryptocurrency and transparency, that was just perfect to hear that sort of attitude. Very much echoes our sentiment. So, yeah, it is.
For future partners and projects that we work with, we'll certainly focus on, even if they don't dox publicly, we would want them to dox to us and to complete a KYC with us. So in a sense, we can keep them accountable and we can know who they are, even if they don't actually release their identity to the whole community. Although I still think we would much rather have them be confident enough to fully dox themselves to the community and to the internet and to the whole crypto space, rather than just to us. Because if someone is willing to complete KYC with us, but not willing to show their face publicly, it makes you think, like, do they have some sort of back thoughts, something that they're planning? So that's something we'll consider for sure.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, it'd be nice, like when we do our own AMAs, to eventually have these other projects, appear with us and then do a joint AMA. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, hi. Sorry,
Awesome.
I'm back from Kounotori Twitter.
He just got
No.
back and got kicked again.
What was I?
That should work. Adrian, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry. Yeah, I had to log in from Kounotori Twitter because mine just didn't work. I don't know what happened.
Right. Okay.
Cool.
So,
Going to be up.
more questions?
Actually, is there any on our own Discord?
Hey, sorry,
I think
I have a question. I'm gonna jump in real quick. You guys were talking about other partnerships. Does that mean you guys have plans for like cross-chain partnerships, or are you limiting yourself only to ERC20 partnerships? I don't want to have you guys disclose too much because I know that you're trying to be kind of secretive until you have everything set in stone before releasing those details. But
I mean, it's not gonna be impossible to have partnerships with tokens on different blockchains, to be honest. So we can do it. Depends on the project, not on platform, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think that gave too much away. You're cool.
Okay.
This one might be a little easier, but the question is, when we do, not if, we hit centralized exchanges, say Robinhood comes up to us and like, hey, we want KTO, please, thank you. What's the worry that you guys might have, or the storkholders may have, when it comes to the sacrifice you'd have to make to enter that centralized exchange?
I mean, to be honest, I honestly don't like Robinhood because I've been a GameStop investor in January. I don't know if you know what happened with Robinhood that days, but it all depends on the stage that we're gonna be. I mean, if Robinhood ask us tomorrow to list KTO, we're gonna probably say no because we know it's gonna just be a big pump and dump, and it will just scare our current holders and our community. But it all depends on timing, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's far too early. I think market cap wise, it's far too early. Like, because of the things we've got in place with the max transactions, the max wallets, things like that. As soon as we start listing on exchanges, that sort of disappears. And I think if you go in too early and people can sort of just buy up a massive bulk of tokens without the max transaction thing in place, then it just kind of, all the early people who have still got those restrictions in place are going to feel sort of, they've just been dumped on, basically.
Yeah, that is true. Kind of right now, basically the way it works is that it prevents whale manipulation, but that is harder to prevent when you're in a centralized exchange.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, they're not going to be subject to those same restrictions. So it's just going to be an unfair advantage for people on a centralized exchange. So I think later, yeah, that's fine, because I mean, at the minute you can buy like 2 trillion tokens, and that's the maximum transaction. And later on, 2 trillion tokens is going to cost a lot of money. So it's not going to matter too much later on. But right now, I think you can snap up a massive amount of supply straight away if if we're listed on an exchange. So yeah, we'll probably avoid that for a little bit, at least until we've grown. Somewhere between sort of 20 and 50 million market cap is probably going to be the right sort of area to start looking at things like that. But yeah, right now I think we're good where we are.
Well, the one thing I can say is, like, once we've all basically hit the 200, 500, maybe even 1 billion market cap, we can bring the best champagne and go hop on the YourPOP's yacht, bring Cat with us, but he'd have to mask himself, unfortunately.
That's a plan.
YourPOP yacht.
You talking about mask? What kind of fucking cats you guys see, man? Jesus. One time you see my face, you act like you're seeing a suit. Snaps.
I mean, that was a tease right there. Like, hey guys, you want to see me in the flesh? We got so excited, and what did we get? Basically, an unlocked NPC from a video game.
Yeah, if anybody didn't see that or doesn't know about that, sort of when we had the meeting with Tech Alchemy, Cat turned up in a black morph suit so that nobody could see his face. So to this day, nobody has seen his face. I mean, like massive respect to him for keeping on top of that.
No, definitely. And I think we do have someone, Scary Goober is looking to speak as well. Scary, can you hear us?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, man?
This kind of a stupid question. I was wondering, what app do I have to download to get KTO?
I can let any of the developers answer. Yeah.
There's no app specifically. It's just whatever supports it. It's an ERC20 token, so you can use MetaMask, Coinbase, anything that directly connects to a Web3 that allows you to purchase ERC20 tokens. Literally anything, as long as you're buying for anything that will support it. I mean, the easiest way is anything. Well, just pretty much just create an account and work with Uniswap. It just depends how you want to buy it. What's comfortable for you? What do you have? What do you know?
Okay.
Just chat to us.
Yeah, I have MetaMask, but I'm not really sure how to use it. I usually just trade on Bitmart.
If you throw us a message or a DM, we can sort you out. We can help you. So.
All right, cool. Thanks, man.
Same for any of you in the chat.
I think you can just visit our website. There's a video how to buy KTO actually.
Okay, I'll just go on your website. Thank you.
No problem.
Awesome.
Jitters, any more questions for community? Jitters is our main guy for AMAs. He's doing great, to be honest.
I tried not to make it boring because I don't want to go with just pure questions. Like I got a couple right here, but I try to make my cringy jokes. I know if at least it makes one person laugh, they're like, "Hey, success." There is one right here though. For next listing on doxx, who is in the pipeline?
Sorry, on doxx.
Say again.
On doxx, yeah, doxx, not CX.
Yeah, no, not CX. Next listing on doxx.
We're talking with Shiba Swap and Saitamask at the moment. So it just makes exchanges at the moment. So it can be next week, it can be next month, to be honest.
And then this one right here is not really a question, but more like if you guys want to get some merch. Jake Frost has a website at the Kounotori store from the Kounotori official Twitter to get some merch. You can get a nice little sweater. I think I'm gonna get the phone case, but I'm waiting for that to come out.
I've actually spent £400 in that shop, but everything came to me, and it's really good quality. I love it.
I'll be getting the undergarments. That one is very tempting, especially when I'm trying to look good for Mrs. Jitters. Let's see. There's one right here. Thoughts on side projects like video games, apps, and other things outside of staking that use KTO in some form or fashion.
I mean, to be honest, we are rather looking for more financial utilities because we are trying to be more, professional project. And I'll just say one thing about gaming. We've had meeting with Tech Alchemy. We are supposed to be there in London, but I had COVID, so I wasn't there. But I was on Zoom call, and they just said one thing to me: "Who are you to make video games? You're not Activision." So I think gaming in crypto it's not going to work for now. Maybe in 5-10 years. So I think financial utilities like staking platforms first but it's not the last utility for us. So we're just trying to do more things like this.
Fantastic. Is there any last minute questions at all for anyone? Because I have to run here, but this was honestly really, really enjoyable. Just love learning, and especially with Twitter Spaces, just so laid back. We could literally just do it from anywhere, and I don't know. All right, devs, do you guys have any last minute things before we call it a day?
I just would like to thank our community for doing a great job, because the amount of tweets and other stuff that they are doing for us is just pretty impressive, and they just do it because they believe in us, and it's I'm really proud of all of them, and I'm really happy we have them. We have you. That I'm really proud we have you guys.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Adrian, Kat, Buck, Captain, and the whole team, Yogla. Yeah, it was fun, honestly, hosting you guys, and hope we could do this more in the future, as more and more things continue. After you maybe finalize the staking platform, where people will probably have some more questions, maybe over on YouTube next time.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I think it will be better. People actually will see our faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is also true. But again, thank you all for joining, and appreciate you guys' support as always. For those of you, I don't like to do too many plugs, but as you guys